Nice to see you out here paddling around with me. Why don't you hang out with me? I got lots to say. You know I always do. Anyways, well, I've been reading up on the origin of words as just really random fun facts, but let me entertain you while you're on your break. Don't forget to hydrate. Good to see you've got a drink nearby. Hey, that's okay about me. No, let me tell you what I was looking at. Okay, so, you know, there's that saying, it's neither rhyme nor reason. I always grew up with neither here nor there, but I do know I've sometimes heard my parents say that, neither rhyme nor reason. Like blah blah blah. Anyways, but where did it come from, right? So when you say that something is neither rhyme nor reason, you're quoting Sir Thomas More. After reading something a friend had written, Sir Thomas told him that he would have to rewrite it in order to make his point more clear. So we all know what that's like to have things edited, right? Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, after his friend reworked the manuscript, Moore read it again, and this time he approved, commenting, "That's better. It's rhyme now anyway. Before it was neither rhyme nor reason." Meaning well, it didn't sound pretty. It doesn't make any sense. Well, at least you've got it rhyming now, right? Right? Is that an old-timey rapper? I don't even know. Anyways, but that's something different. It does always sound entertaining. That's why we like slogans so much, right? Anyways. So then I was thinking, put a sock in it, right? Don't you ever tell me to do that. I love to talk to you. That's why I'm here. And that's why you're here. Is you let me talk to you. And thank you for that. No, wait, really. But to put a sock in it, you know all those movies where they always stuff somebody's sock into their mouth and then they taped it shut? I always thought that was really gross. Anyways, hopefully those socks are clean. I don't think so. Anyways, but to put a sock in it. So the admonition, put a sock in it, it's meaning keep quiet. Shut up. Shut it. Shut it. Shut it. It comes from the time of the earliest wind-up phonographs. So you wind it up and then it makes a sound? Oh, so cute. They're those record players, except they have the giant megaphone on top of it. You see one in My Fair Lady, right? Old movies. Anyways, so it's it emerged from a horn. So the megaphone thing's a horn. Okay, so these early acoustic record players didn't have electronic controls or any muting devices to raise or lower the volume. Oh, and so the only way to soften the sound was to stuff something into the horn. A sock was the perfect size, and so to lower the volume, they would put a sock in it. So they're calling your mouth a horn. That's so funny. Volume control, sock, in, quiet, now. Okay, I think that's funny, but don't you dare do that. No, that's gross. That's gross. Please give me chocolate. But I remember seeing when you see the bands playing at football games, they've got this thing a hat, but they put it inside the big trombone thing. It's like the sock was its grandpapa. All right. Anyways, whatever. We're just drifting around, bobbing around. Thought to thought. Anyways, why is going to bed called hitting the hay? Interesting. When going to sea, early sailors had to provide for their own bedding. This need was catered to by merchants on the docks who, for a shilling, sold the seamen crude canvas sacks stuffed with hay. When heading off to sleep, the sailor would announce that he was going to hit the hay. Although less crude than those coarse canvases, early North American settlers also used hay to stuff mattresses and pillows. So when going to bed, they would also say they were going to hit the hay. Interesting. Well, I guess that's the sound you hear when you jump up and flop in, right? I don't know if they did that. Would that be safe? Because they had hammocks or ropes to hold it all up. So I don't know. As long as they pulled it tight enough, right? We'll see. I don't know. That sounds interesting. Why, when it appears that we can proceed with no danger, do we say the coast is clear? Looking at the coast right now. Pretty clear to me. What a beautiful day. Love the water. Love the rippling water. I love all these gentle waves. Even the sound is nice. You hear that? Yeah, I can hear that. That's great. So, okay, here's another one. Okay, so when the coast is clear. The person who says the coast is clear sounds as though he or she is being cautious about avoiding legal detection, and so they should. Ooh. So, it originated as the standard cry from the man in the crow's nest of every pirate ship before it chanced a landing. When the captain verified with his telescope that there was no danger in going ashore, he would repeat the cry. The coast is clear, and so it became an order for his fellow smugglers to prepare to land. I guess you're making sure like you're not running on top of shallow waters, big rocks, coral reefs, other stuff, a sunken ship with a mast sticking out at you, I don't know. Mermaids, be careful. Anyways, yeah. That's interesting. I love it. Love it. Very fitting fact for today. Huh. Oh, I got another one. Hang on. Don't go anywhere. I got another one. Alright, so why, when suggesting an exhaustive search, do we say, leave no stone unturned? Okay. The advice to leave no stone unturned comes from Greek mythology. Hang on. I've only been drinking water, I promise. Greek mythology, wherein the Oracle of Delphi, through his communication with the gods, had acquired great wisdom. Euripides wrote that when the Oracle was consulted about how to find a defeated general's hidden treasure, he advised that the only way was to leave no stone unturned. The expression and the advice have been with us ever since. That's kind of like when you're looking for pirate treasure. You gotta just keep digging, right? Fools, the movie. Look it up. Just keep digging. Oh, well, anyways. That's alright. That's alright. Alright. So I've got another one. Tabloid journalism. Okay, so what's the origin of that phrase? Tabloid journalism. So on March the 4th, 1884, a British drug company registered the word tabloid for a very small tablet it was marketing. Ooh. So like Tylenol or Midol, it's tabloid. Okay. So about the same time, large broadsheet newspapers were challenged by small format journals. And because tabloid had come to mean anything small, that's what the newspapers were called. These tabloids often resorted to gossip instead of hard news, which gave sloppy reporting the name tabloid journalism. False newspaper journalists, false newsmakers, tabloids. That's funny. It's because it's a little thing. It's just a little thing they're talking about. Not real. It's just a little thing. Ignore it. So small. Anyways, don't believe that. Fake news. Alright. Why is a rough interrogation called the third degree? I always thought that had to mean like third degree burns? Like painful? Okay, let's find out. Alright, so the third degree is a very difficult and sometimes brutal questioning, especially by police. In fact, without its sinister connotation, the expression comes from the Masonic Lodge, and it's 3 degrees of first... It's 3 degrees of membership, each requiring an increasingly difficult examination. Oh. The first is entered apprentice, the second is fellowcraft, and the third degree, the one most difficult to pass, is master mason. They do great work, by the way. I love masonry. This is like they're the engineers who designed and built the stone mason work. The foundations of buildings, right? I'm thinking so. You guys let me know in the comments if I'm off on that one. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Okay. So here's another one. So, dressed to the nines and putting on the dog is like dressed to the nines, meaning very well dressed. Why do people say these things? I've heard dressed to the nines. I've never heard dressed to the dogs. I don't know what that is. My dogs basically rip my clothes with their nails, jumping up being so excited and all. Get me covered in fur. So that can't possibly mean dressed well. Anyways, but I do give them beautiful little bandanas and bows and antler ears at Christmas and walked around town very proud as everyone looks at my babies. But anyways, I digress. I digress. Just having fun with you. I'm just having fun. Anyways, oh, what can I tell you? So, okay, here we go. The expression putting on the dog, meaning showing off. Oh, yeah, okay, so when I am taking out my dogs, I am proud. I am showing them off. They're my beautiful babies. Okay, so it comes from the practice of leisurely wealthy women, and they carry their lap dogs to afternoon social functions. I've seen a lot of people do this. I did not know it had a phrase for it. I just thought it was silly. But anyways, that's very funny to me. I feel like almost I should have my poodle treading water beside me right now, but if we were here too long, that would be cruel. Okay, hang on. Dressing to the dog, so that you can walk around with your little puppers in your arms or your purse. Okay. For afternoon social functions like high tea. Okay, I get it. So dressed to the nines comes from a time when the seats furthest from the stage cost 1 pence, and the closest seats, sitting in the expensive seats, required dressing up to fit in with the well-off people you were sitting with. It was called dressing to the nines. And it was like 9 pence to be up at the front. Okay. 6s and 9s. Being in the 9s with the fancy smashy people, so you gotta look chic. You gotta be posh. You gotta be in your very best to be up close. I gotta tell you though, being up close at a stage production, you get a lot of spit. You see a lot of spittle happening with the singers and the speakers. It rains right down on you. So I don't think it's all that to pay all that much money to be in the first few rows. Really, I'd rather be wearing an umbrella if I were there. But that's just me, and I'm just goofing around. Anyhow, okay. I know you're getting tired, and it's time for a little break. I hope I was able to amuse you, because I find this to be so much fun, so interesting. But anyways, Msoul, I'll let you paddle on your way. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me. I hope you had a fun break. I'll see you next time. Bye.